All right. Top 10 most torrented movies of the week for April 19th, 2021. Um, I don't know how much people are actually interested in this, but thought I'd go ahead and look at it again. Um, obviously my channel has just started, so there's very few views on most of my videos anyway. So far, it would appear that Star Wars is the uh, video subject that's most likely to get views. uh, every week, blah 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 blah. A lot of this is the same every time. Uh, Godzilla vs Kong is still topping the chart apparently, followed by Nobody. Not familiar with that. The Marksman completes the top three. Not familiar with that either. Blah, 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 blah. This week there are three. We have three entries in the list. I guess that's supposed to be new entries in the list. I just forgot to mention that. Oh, and also, hopefully the volume is a little bit better. I know that it was very quiet on all my videos, and I couldn't figure out how to make it louder. I believe I may have figured out how to make it louder now, so hopefully that's a little bit improved. Most should have been on the last video too. Just forgot to mention it there. All right, here is the list. Still at number one, Godzilla vs Kong. Good movie. Go see it, or watch it on HBO Max if that's available in your area. It's not a perfect movie by any means, but it's still quite good, I think. Nobody, not familiar with that one. 7.5 at IMDb though. The Marksman, also not familiar. 5.6. That's not nearly as promising sounding. Previously at number 2 and now slipping to number 4 is Zack Snyder's Justice League. Most people seem to like that. I thought it was okay, but like I said, after watching Mahler's review of it, it's like, he's kind of right. A lot of the things that Joss Whedon did, kind of made sense. Anyway, Chaos Walking was at number 3, now it's at number 5. 5.7, not familiar with it. Yes, and I said I would, but I still haven't managed to watch Raya and the Last Dragon there. So I'm still trying to get around to doing that, but haven't managed it yet. Maybe by next week, and maybe it won't have actually fallen off the fucking list by then, and I can say something about it. Or maybe I'll just, I don't know. If it's anything special, maybe I'll try to do like a review of it or something. Just as a separate video. The Courier is new, apparently, at number 6, 7.2. It's a good rating, I suppose. I don't know anything about it, though. Falling from 5 to 7 is Raya the Last Dragon. Falling from 4 to 8. So even the pirates getting it for free are still thinking, man, this is really not that interesting. Thunder Force, not looking so good there. 4.4 rating also. Apparently the Critical Drinker in his review was absolutely correct that it's, basically not worth your time. Wonder Woman 1984, 5.8, dropping from 6 to 9. Like I said, I did watch that. I didn't like it. I don't know. It wasn't like just absolutely awful, but it really needed to be better. It's such a disappointment considering how good the first Wonder Woman movie was. Then you get the second, and the second is just like, what the? Oh man. And then The Father, 8.3, apparently, well rated. I still don't know anything about it. I don't know. I mean, sometimes I feel like going to IMDb to check out some of these things, but I don't know. And The Father slipped from 7 to 10. But the thing is about a lot of these movies, I don't know how you. I mean, obviously, Godzilla vs Kong is very obvious what that movie's about. Zack Snyder Justice League, same thing. Raya and the Last Dragon, I guess it's kind of descriptive. And obviously, Wonder Woman 1984, you can have a, know just from the title what it is. But look at these other titles. Nobody. What the fuck does that tell you about the movie? Nobody tells you nothing. And then The Marksman. It's like, I guess it's about a marksman. Don't know. Chaos Walking. Don't know. I mean, that could be about chaos theory. It could be about, some kind of horror thing. Who knows? Who knows what that is? The Courier. Presumably about a courier. Don't know. Thunder Force. By itself doesn't really tell you anything if you hadn't already heard of the damn thing. The Father. Somehow sounds vaguely ominous, like I said, but other than that, it's like nothing. It doesn't. It could be a movie about God, or more likely, more likely with Hollywood, a movie about how God doesn't exist, which he does, by the way. But yeah, as disclaimer, God does exist anyway. But it could be about somebody's father in particular. It could be about the patriarchy. Who knows? You don't know. Like, a lot of these titles are just so, they're a little too simple. They don't really tell you what in the fuck the movie's about. They don't, and they're also not interesting. I mean, think about the titles that we just went over. Nobody, The Marksman, Chaos Walking, The Courier, Thunder Force, The Father. How many of those actually sound interesting? Like, Thunder Force potentially sounds interesting, but of course we know it's not. Chaos Walking is maybe the next most, and possibly the only other one that kind of sounds like it might be interesting, but according to the ratings is not, those two are among the worst of the movies. And the others, they have very simplistic titles that don't tell you shit about them, and most of them, not The Marksman apparently, 5.6, but most of the others are fairly well rated. But I don't know. I mean, I've heard it said that titles are a very difficult thing to get right, but I don't know. I've never thought about it, I guess, in depth. I've come up with some titles for stories that I'd like to tell at some point, and I think not all of them, but I think a lot of them are pretty decent, and able to not necessarily be too long, but also not necessarily descriptive, but kind of evocative, I guess, of something. At least to me, they are. But anyway, I don't know. I mean, share your thoughts on titles in the comments. Somebody please comment, because so far I think, except for like I got one comment that I didn't understand on one of my videos, and all the other comments I believe may not even have posted, because I believe they're from bots linking to probably some porn site or something. So they're like held for review, and I haven't even bothered to look and see how one reviews comments. So anyway, that's about it. I shouldn't say that. I mean, it is true, but I shouldn't say it because it makes me sound too much like Styx. I'm not anything like him. Not that I have anything against him necessarily, but anyway. Until the next one.